Okay, so what we got now is I want to take this and get it over into Maya, and we're going to do some retopology on it. I'm not crazy about the face, and I got this one here, and this one's got issues too. It's too high poly. I could have done some more details on it, but I'll detail it when I get this thing retopologized. Not totally happy with this. Okay, so we're just going to, first off, let's take this one over. I'll just go over here and I'm going to export, and I'll take it as an OBJ, and I'll say body, call it hi, and whoop, and writing OBJ file. This is a big one, so it might take a moment. Seems to be okay. Then I'm going to take this one, export, and we're just going to call this body. Let's call it Z-Topo. I'll have another name for it when I feel more energetic. There. And let's go and open up Maya. So in Maya, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to hit import. And in import, I'm going to find the body hi. And if I look down here on the side, something to watch out for is all files. Right now, we're on all files. Sometimes it'll break up your model. So I'm going to go and I'm going to look for OBJ. And then when I do that, I get a special extra option right here. And you want it as single object. Okay, otherwise it breaks it up into pieces and you're going to be really, really upset and going, why did it do that? Why? Bob, what's your phone number? I want to know what's wrong. Okay, and there. Okay, great. And then I'm just going to go File, Import, and let's bring in the other one too. And it's an OBJ file, and I went into Data, and Scene to find the body, Z-Topo. There. Okay, so now they're kind of sitting on top of each other. I'm going to leave them right here for now. I can move these a bit later on, but I'll leave it under the grid. So, what have I got? I got this one, and I got the other one. There's two here. I can put this one onto a layer. Okay, and I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put it onto a layer as well. Now, this one, I'm not crazy about some of these edge loops that are happening around the mouth and around the eyes. They get all funky. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to retopologize. So I'm going to go back here, take this puppy, and also too, we got to make a mouth sock and some other stuff. I can accept the ears and a lot of the rest of the body. I still see some other problems on this thing, I guess, too. I'm not crazy about some of these extreme points right here, just the way they're stretching the mesh a bit too much for my liking. But you guys are going to go crazy watching me do that, so I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over into the modeling toolkit, and in the modeling toolkit we've got this quad draw thing. Now first off, before we do the quad draw, I'm just going to select this, and right up here there's Make Live. I'm in Maya 2018. This is Make Live. It shows you the mesh that's live. Okay, great. And that means that if I use things like the Create Polygon tool, it'll stick to the surface as I'm drawing. Okay, enter, and I'll just delete that. Now, I was always kind of a little bit jaded with this quad draw tool, but now I've come to love it. Something I might do is right up here there's a symmetry option. I'm just going to put a symmetry on world X. Okay, and I'm going to go over here to quad draw. And when I'm using quad draw, some cool features they have. Okay, there's auto weld. There's some things here so I can draw. And so I can kind of draw these little dots here. Okay, great. That's interesting. World X. How did I get my symmetry the hell off like that? What was I thinking? That's interesting. So somehow, way back when I was using Zbrush, my symmetry went off. Just hold on a second. Can I change this and make my life a little bit better? How about this? And I'm just going to go back here to quad draw. So, okay. Go away. And I can just, while I'm in quad draw, by the way, I could probably go down here and I can hit clear dots. I'm going to have to do some fixing here. This caught me off guard. Okay, what did I want to do? The big thing I want to do is show you that under here there are keyboard shortcuts. So all the shortcuts you need to know about this tool are sitting right here. And I'm just going to pause for a second while I fix this. All I'm going to do is just recenter the pivot on this and everything like that, and it might take me a minute or two. So I'm going to pause. Okay, I'm back. I hope this worked. So I made it live again. I had to turn on Make Live. I moved the pivot point, and I hope I got it in the middle. I had to move both models, and we'll see if everything works out. Okay, and if I take this and I get my modeling toolkit, look, little hammer up there, okay, and then I go here to Quadra, and I'm going to change that to World X, okay. Let's move this down so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, auto weld is on. I can start to come in here and draw these faces like this. Okay, and then when I go over top of them, if I hold down Shift, boop, it creates a face. And then you can go over here and create more points, hold down Shift, and make a face. And then you start getting clever and fast, and you start going, eh, la, la. And you can start to see these little patterns here. And then I hold down Shift, and bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, and you can take these little vertices. If you hesitate over a vertice, you can take it and move it. When you move it close to another one, it automatically welds for you. Okay, if you hold down Control and Shift, you go over a component, you can delete it. Okay, and again, you can just look on these little shortcuts. If you start getting lots of dots here and you're kind of doing things willy-nilly and you don't know, I made too many, I made some extra ones, you just hit clear dots and they go away. Okay, so Control Shift, Control Shift, delete those. I'm not allowed to delete this one. Okay, that's interesting. Here, I'm just going to get out of the tool for a second, and I'm just going to take this, I'm going to go to Object Mode, delete it. Okay, so what I'm thinking is to go in here and, well, first I usually always kind of tackle the mouth or the eye. And you just kind of look, and I'll have one say here, and I usually try to match them top and bottom, something like that. And then maybe here, and here. Okay, and I gotta watch out, I'm being really quiet now, and it's not good. You can never trust me when I'm quiet. There's gonna be problems and troubles if I'm quiet. Okay, great. And then I can go ahead and start to put dots on the outside of these parts. Okay. Oh, and what was I thinking about here? Let's put a dot here and here. Dook, dook. Okay. And I can actually start to do a lot of planning if I want to, or if I'm getting anxious. Oh, you bastard! Undo that last one. There. Shift. Boop. Boop. There. So now I've got that kind of loop figured out. And I can start to build off of that, right? I can go in here, and I think this is going to be really tedious to watch me do a whole lot of this stuff, but... Okay, and if I'm not really, what's the words I'm looking for? If I'm not feeling totally comfortable with going and filling these in as I go, you can kind of see the pattern I'm getting with the dots right now. Don't stretch too far around the outside of the eye. Oh, and now I think I got Zbrush finger, because I was in Zbrush, I used the Zbrush hotkeys. Okay, and I think that could be interesting. Let's just see what happens when I do this, and this. And I'm going in and kind of clicking one at a time, because sometimes you'll get funny results, like weird ones like that, depending upon where your cursor is when you do this. Okay, boop. Come on, you bastard. Oh, did I miss a point or something like that? No. Shift, boop, 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 boop. Where are you? Why aren't you popping in there? Okay, fine. Okay, got it. I just had to zoom in. Okay, and it's doing both sides. Great. I should point out that I can do a few other things, and I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole thing. I can come in here and insert edge loops. I'm just holding down Control, inserting edge loops. Here and maybe here. Okay, great. Got to watch out how many I put in, but after you do that, if you hold down Shift, you'll notice that you can actually kind of paint these things. And right now, let's just hit, when I'm holding B, I can play with my drop-off, so I'm making a bigger drop-off. So when I hold down Shift, when I do this, I'm painting the relax, and it's actually going in, and it's sticking to the surface as I'm doing it. So anything that I have that's on the surface will stick there. Okay, and you could even really go here and do something crazy. I can go here to Polygon Primitives, and let's grab myself a plane. What if I grab this plane? I'm going to switch to my Move tool for a second. Let's take it and move it. Where the hell is it? Why do I not have a plane? Okay, maybe I hit that too fast. Bloop. There we go. And I guess we got Make Live on, so I'm going to turn that off for a second. It's over here, and I'll point out something crazy you can do. Okay, let's do something like this. I'm just going to move it so it's like right there. And so if I go back and I make this head live, come on you bastard. Go back to object mode. Uh-oh, something's slowing down here. Object mode, click on this, make it live. Go back to this thing here. Okay, great. And if I was using that little trick there where I went back to the quad draw tool and held down Shift, notice it'll stick right to the surface. Okay, and it's relaxing. There's problems here and there, but I can pull, and I can kind of pull these things. I got the soft selection on, so now I can pull this back and sort this out a little bit. Right, and I can sort this mess out here if I want to. I can't do this one because this point is over there. Yeah, when the faces become inverted on you, it becomes a bit of a problem. It looks like I've auto-welded some stuff together. Anyway, you can kind of see what I was getting at here, is that you can make stuff stick to this. So you can kind of pull off a shrink wrap if you really want to. Let's go like this and get out of here. No! Okay, I'm going to go back to this piece here, and I'll hit Quad Draw again. So I also like how this kind of sits on top of the mesh, and I can fill these areas in later on and kind of cut them up. Okay, let's start looking at the lips. Or actually, again, I don't know if you want to watch me do this. I'll keep going for a while and see what happens. And I've got symmetry on. Make sure I get one in the middle. And I'm going to try to match them up, top and bottom. Okay, and then as I come around here, I'm going to try to get something to kind of come around the corner. And again, you can always come back afterwards and fix these up. I'll just hold down Shift. See if I can paint these in. Click. Oh, you bastard! I'm trying to go too fast. There. Okay, and let's keep going. So if I go in, I start placing some points. And who am I? What am I doing here? There. I kind of don't like how this is looking here. It feels like I need more polygons, so I go and hold down Shift. And see right there, I don't like how I've done that already. This is why I don't like trying to do all this stuff in front of you, is because I'm starting to stretch some of these polygons a little bit much. I kind of wish this line kind of went right down here. So what if I do the thing where I hold down Control and Shift and I can delete some of these faces, and Here I can nudge a point around a little bit, and I kind of like this to come right through here. So if I do this, insert an edge whoop, and then I can move this point over a little bit. Okay, great. And then if I hold down shift, boop, boop, there, that looks better. I like that so much better. And then I could decide, do I want this to kind of come down here or over here? I think I'm going to go with this. So here and here, here and here. Boop, boop, there. And so, yeah, I'm going to continue, keep working these edge loops. Maybe I'll try and do a few more here before I stop the video. I'm going to go up and kind of do like a little bit of a helmet strap there. So when I say a helmet strap, you'll just kind of see that there. And how do I want that one? What was I thinking there? So if I hold down Control and Shift and I hit the point, there, it's gone. There, I'll put that one in like that. And I'm going to keep drawing these shapes and keep going around and try and catch the nasolabial furrow or fold, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to make sure that this goes across the bridge of the nose. So it's actually going to do this. God damn it! What are those points doing up there? That's something I must have did earlier. You bastard. Okay, great. And yeah, I'm going to stop this video here because it's going to be tedious to watch. Actually, how about this? I'm just going to pause and I'll come back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so I've done a little bit of this and toying away and thinking about some other things maybe I should mention. Is that also to, I've got soft selection on, so when I'm holding down shift I'm using the relax and I kind of will go over certain areas and I'll get a lot of points at once by using the soft selection and hitting B. And then also too, if you hold down tab, don't forget that you can extrude edges out. And as you extrude them out, they go separate and then doop, they join together. So this is more ways to do this. You can do a few rows here. So if I go and I do this, no, it won't let me do that. I'll see if I can figure that one out later on. There is a trick that when you're doing that little extrude thing, pulling out these edges, right, and they're locking together, you can, here, I'll pull this one out, and then here, if I just go back to, come on, not relax, gotta zoom in for this one. I've noticed that you have to get to the center of the face for it to create a face in here, so whoop, you get to the center of it. But if you're trying to grab an extended edge loop, if you hold down Control and Shift and then you right click, you'll get to the options. You can switch to the border. And so now when I do the tab, it can do like a whole border of them at once. That might be a bit obnoxious there, so I'm just going to undo that. Okay, and I'm getting kind of close to a spot where I'm going to probably start to I'm going to fill these in, join up with my other piece of mesh, and that's kind of the next video I'm going to do is joining these two things up, because I'll delete a bunch of faces. And again, I don't know how boring this is to watch. This is all I'm doing. I kind of look for quads. Oh, god damn it. I'm the quad hunter. I see quads in places. And the fruit flies are all over my beverage. Okay, and I'm going to do another video in a second. Actually, I don't know where I'm going to start joining these two things together. So I'm going to stop here and just show you how far I got with this. And I'll clean up these nose things. I'll do them on my own. I can do this edge loop here and I can do it on my own. I can maybe point out that if I hold down tab, I can extrude a bit more into the mouth here a little bit. That you're going to see it's going to get kind of gnarly. When I do that, it looks like I'm going to get some triangle action and stuff like that. So maybe I'll undo that one. And I'll do that manually afterwards and start to make a mouth sock. And I'll probably do the same thing with the eyes. Okay, stop.